So this is a bit of a tour from my parents' yard. And I'll show you what I did yesterday. Walking. There's the woodshed and the greenhouse. I did some work up there. There's the veggie garden. It's dormant. Sleeping. Except for there's rhubarb starting to wake up. So there's the compost bin in the greenhouse. Lots of plants out here. Pile of firewood. We open the door. And in here, I pulled out a bunch of dead pepper plants. They're gone now, but they were in those pots. And in those pots, they were dead and moldy. And there's a spider plant. It's huge. My mom needs to water it more often. I watered it yesterday. And then over here, I pruned the hanging baskets so they look nice. As you can tell, they're not hanging right now, but they were. Oh, and then here's my avocado trees. The tall one is almost touching the roof. It needs a better home in a bigger greenhouse. Now we open the door and go outside. There's lots of plants. These are foxgloves and some lilies and some other things. My mom wants to sell them. Forget what those are. But over here we are going to the forest. This is my dad's workshop. He parked his truck over there. The garden. It's mostly covered in black plastic to keep the weeds away. This is the extra pile of firewood that won't fit in the woodshed. Here's the forest. And this is the bucket of weeds that I pulled, which you will see where they came from. At the bottom is the stuff from the greenhouse. And it rained this morning, so it's a little more wet than it was earlier. There's a tree stump. I think my parents cut down this tree last year or the year before. And maybe this one too. This is a very prickly pile of dead things that I don't want to touch. I pulled them out from over here, and I'm very glad I had gloves. There's lots of prickly things over here that I was going to pull, but my knee started hurting, so I didn't. And this is salal. It grows everywhere in the forest. And then this is the trail that I made, because I kept tripping over the prickly things. Then I started clearing this little area in here. I'm not sure what this is. This plant, it grows wild here. There's a big pile of branches here, and there was lots of ivy near this tree and in these bushes that I piled in the garbage can. And then here's another big pile of branches that I had just started throwing in the hole beside the tree. Not sure if my dad is going to pick them up or not. And then I accidentally pulled out a honeysuckle vine, so I planted it here under this wood. and I made it go up the fence and across, and you can see the little leaves up here. Hopefully they survive. And I pulled out 2 more, which I planted farther down the fence, which I will show you. There used to be a trail along this fence, not very trail-like anymore. This is the back of the property. There's a fence. My neighbor's property, or my parents' neighbors. And then there's this prickly thing called holly. It's kind of a Christmas thing. Kind of similar to mistletoe. But this trail looks a lot nicer now. Not tripping on vines with every step. This might make a good seat when it's not wet. And I think this tall bush right in front of me is red huckleberry. We'll see if it is still alive. I thought it's supposed to be more green and not so brown. I think it might have got damaged when they cut the trees down. And there's a little cedar tree. And now let's look for that other honeysuckle. More trees that came down. Gotta make room for this big workshop. Had to cut down half the forest. There's that pile of wood. Another stump. And my dad put sawdust on the trail so it's easier to see. And here's where I planted the other honeysuckle under those rocks that I put. And there's one that goes along the fence this way. And my dad did this side. And then I did one on this side that goes just up, doesn't go along the fence. And then there's a trail this way, which I think I might go this way. It needs cleaning up. A little. And we come out to the lawn. And there's garden. There's a lot of irises and other flowers in here. There's the veggie garden. Some nice rock work my dad did. And there's rhododendrons and other things that really need more water. That rhododendron needs pruning a lot because it used to be against the house over here, but then it didn't like being against the house and my parents couldn't see through the window. Anyways, I will end this video here. This is what they see out their kitchen window. On the other side, this is forsythia. It's gonna have yellow flowers like this. Right there. And this is the patio. Bye!